Coast
boy.
You know. Yo, what is up, YouTube, man? Welcome to UFC 4. It is your boy Chopper Slice, and you are now rocking with Coast Boy TV. Fights, you know. Almost forgot to say fights, aka Chop and Tosh Entertainment. Hey, y'all be saying Coast Boy TV, and I say Coast Boy TV Fights. It's all the same thing, but you know what it is. You know who it is. But look, man, we got another one for you today, and we got This is a pretty good one. This is a pretty good one. This is an old school one. We got Ezzard Charles, man, and Ezzard Charles is one of the greatest of all time, especially one of the greatest light heavyweights of all time. He had some legendary fights, man, against Rocky Marciano, Jersey Joe Walcott, who else? Let's see, who else? Jersey Joe Walcott, Marciano, Joe Louis, he fought Joe Louis, and many more. Sam Barati, he killed one guy in the ring, and I think it's Sam Barati or something like that. Ezzard Charles, man, and it really screwed him up. The guy passed away. He knocked the guy out, I think, in the 9th or 10th round, and the guy died hours later at the hospital from a brain aneurysm. I think that's what a brain hemorrhage is, baby. Yeah. Brain aneurysm. Yeah, very sad. But you know what the awkward thing is? The guy that he killed in the ring, that Ezzard killed in the ring, he also knocked a guy out 6 months before he was killed in the ring by Ezzard Charles. He had also knocked a guy out in like the 9th and 10th round and that guy passed away. So ain't that crazy? 6 months later, you fight a fighter and the same thing happens to you. So, you know, the thing that happened to Apollo Creed, kids, if you ever seen the Rocky movies, hey, that stuff can happen in real life. It's a part of combat sports, and it's a very tragic, sad thing. And it doesn't happen every day, but I hate it. You know what I mean? I mean, it's something that's very terrible, and that caused Ezzard to have very, very, very stress and you know, complications mentally. You know what I mean? It caused him to have complications mentally, man. He was about to quit fighting. He actually retired in 57 due to dawning on that. But he ended up coming back to fight 4 more times. He started his career in 1940. You know, he was a brawler. So, you know, 1957, 59, somewhere around there, I think he finally stopped fighting. 59, 60, somewhere around there. But you got to think, fighters like him having over 100 fights. You know, he had like 121 fights, man, from 1940 to almost to 1950 to 1958, 57. You know, I mean, think about it. And he had brawls with guys that hit harder than guys today. You know what I mean? Rocky Marciano, Joe Louis, the Brown Bomber. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, guys like him didn't have long-term careers, man. But then you got guys and fighters like prize fighters like Floyd Mayweather that come along and play the smart game and play, you know, catch me if you can. But not really. I ain't gonna really call it that because I respect it, and Floyd's a very, very technical, strategic wizard, man, and I love his style of fighting. I really do. I think Floyd's a dick in real life, but you know what I mean. Excuse my language. I try not to curse on my channel. When I apologize, by the way, if I curse when I'm playing online. I've been getting my tail beat lately. You know what I mean? But I'm, you know, online, I don't know what's going on, but I'm getting better. I actually got a couple knockouts. But anyway, let's get on with this. But yeah, Floyd Mayweather played the game smart, and he played the defensive game. But although Ezzard Charles was known for his slick defensive skills in the ring as well, in case you didn't know, for those time periods. But he's 6 foot. I put him at light heavyweight. He also fought middle, light heavy, and heavy. So maybe I'll go in and alternate them between when I try him out and try him at all. But if you want, I went ahead and started them at light heavy. I might take them to heavyweight, or the game might do it itself. It's weird. I create a heavyweight, and they, you know, go down to bantamweight, and that fighter won't be on light heavy, but he'll be on bantam. You know, it's weird like that. But anyway, Ezzard Charles, the Cobra, because he was born and raised. Well, he wasn't born there. He was born in Georgia, but he was raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. So he's called the Cincinnati Cobra, but they only have the Cobra. Cincinnati, Ohio. In his fight with Jersey Joe Walcott, he was 31. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on there because this is what this Ezzard is based off of, the Walcott fight. Might even take him and make him, change him around and make him be based off the Lewis fight too, after I put Lewis and Marciano on here as well. And I'm gonna put Jersey Joe Walcott. He might be after Vinny Paz. But this Ezzard Charles was specially requested from a good friend of mine. 31 Orthodox. I gave him the Luke Rockhold stance. I like that. I call it, in my words, the low Philly shell, where the lead hand is just where the belly button is, and the power hand is up in the middle of where the chest is. The regular Philly shell is a little higher. It's right where the jaw is and where the shoulders kind of like lined up with the shoulder, protecting the chin. But I call that the low Philly shell. He still got that lead hand right there where he can snap it out, and hit him with a snap jab or whatever, in those sorts of fashions. Boxer, powerhouse, of course. Get on with the formula. Hair type 5 is what I picked. Now I'm gonna tell you something. I really wanted to go with this one because he had some sorts of a mini fro, and they don't have the mini fro on here. I cannot wait, if they even do, add some more hairstyles to this, man. Please add the mini fro and add some body types too, because we need some different type of body types, man. We need some real skinny body types with long arms. We need some thicker, muscular body types with long arms. We need different type of body types, man. You got to think, man, fighters like Sonny Liston was only like 6'1" or 6 foot, and he had 84-inch reach. That's Lennox Lewis's reach. And he was almost 7 foot. He was like 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", somewhere around there. You know what I mean? But anyway, this hairstyle, is about the length of his mini fro that I've seen him in some of his fights, and some pictures that I've seen him in. But I've also seen him in pictures where he had short hair too, and he had like this kind of thing going on, but it'll be a little thicker on the sides. But I added faded it in with some tat work, so where it kind of will fit. But yeah, he had kind of like a slight curl to his head. Like, I like that one too. That kind of made sense right here, but I would have to go back and fix it up. I like that one. I just don't like the part in it. And the outline on this one goes a little weird. But that there, I may go back and pick it, but I'm gonna be honest, that right there is probably closest to maybe him right there in the Walcott fight, I believe. Or he might have had the mini fro, I'm not sure. But these right here is what I would pick if you go with any hairstyles. 11, 5, and 17. I went ahead and went with 5. But 11 right there, I like that a lot if it didn't have the part. That's your Evander Holyfield, that young Holyfield. That one right there. But yeah, man, eyebrows, I went with eyebrows 9. If you want, you could go with bushier ones. He had like sort of like that, like when he had his mean look on, he had that mean look. And he had dark brown eyes, by the way. We'll get to that. You know me, I like to be different than everybody, so I went with hazel. But actually I'm gonna go with eyebrows 3. I like that. Let me see. Yeah, about eyebrows 3. Yeah, brows 3. Facial hair. Now see, he had the facial hair above his lip like that. I actually went and I checked it out and I filled it in a little better. It's about that length if you go and check him out on a pic. But I'm gonna be honest with you, if you don't feel like doing it with the tats, you can either do that. But he don't have the middle, I don't believe, on the bottom lip. And it's a little too bushy if you ask me. That one too. So I made my own and I went with facial hair 10, which is a little, barely like a barely tad bit of scruff to make it look a little realistic. I was gonna do or you can go if you want with the clean cut and just make your own little tattoo above the lip. That's what I recommend you to do. But I went with you can either go with the clean or 10. It doesn't matter. It both works. I went with 10 because I like to be realistic. Most people that you know, don't rock the chin hair and the strap and things like that, you can still tell that they have like a little bit of like rough and scruff right there. Even if it's not like very, very visible, you could usually most of the time tell that they had it there. That's what I would, you know, pictured it to look like in my mind. So that's up to you guys, or just go with the clean cut one. Body hair, he did have some chest hair. My first video that I did, I went over it. I didn't have the chest hair, so now I'm redoing it. But yeah, I went with chest hair 5. He looked like he had a decent amount of chest hair. He didn't have crazy scruff hair like that, but it's around like this. So chest hair 5. Chest hair color black for the everything. Black for hair, black for facial and body. Now let's make it on with the formula. Template 18 is what I started from, guys. And let me do my 8-0 thing. I got this from 8-0. The little 360. He mentioned that in his videos, and ever since then, shout outs to 8-0 for that, man. Shout outs to Creative Player. Shout outs to Rhino. Shout outs to Daniel P. Shout outs to who else? Shout outs to Rampage. Shout outs to everybody, man. Everybody that is a part of the Creative Players thing, man. Shout outs to, did I say Creative Player? Yeah, shout outs to him too. Ricky J, shout outs to him, even though he never shouts me out, but it's cool. But I ain't tripping. Maybe one day he will. Shout outs to Marshall Mine. Shout outs to everyone, man. Anjaw, everybody. Shout outs to everyone. Michael Peterson, shout outs to him. Shout outs to everybody, man. But yeah, I had to do that little 360. But anyway, copy it down. You know what to do. But yeah, man. Ezzard Charles was a beast. He was one of the greatest of all time. I think he got rated the greatest light heavyweight of all time from Ring Magazine, I believe, and other companies and other promoters rated him one of the greatest of all time. Of course, I think he's in the Hall of Fame, which, you know, a lot of legends deserve to be. He was like I said, he was before Muhammad Ali's time. He started in the 40s, and like I said, his last fight was in like what, 59, somewhere around there. He retired in 57, came back and fought a few more times. He has like what, 121 fights, like 90 some wins. I think he only got like 20 losses. But yeah, guys like him brawled, man. But he was more of a defensive fighter. But like I said, man, he had some great rivals. By the way, I got Vinny Paz coming next, I think, guys. Jersey Joe Walcott, he is coming. Joe Lewis is coming. I'm running out of space. I'm either gonna have to do another account, or I'm gonna have to take off some boxers. I would hate to have to do that, but I'm going to. And stay tuned. Hopefully by next week, I'm gonna have Gray Maynard. If for those who don't know who Gray Maynard is, which I'm sure all UFC lovers do, he had some tremendous legendary brawls with my man Frankie Edgar, man. Gray Maynard was a huge 155 pounder, man, lightweight in the UFC. He's not a boxer, he's a UFC fighter. But stay tuned for those guys, they're coming. I'm gonna go through one more time. We'll speed the process this time. Do not. That was my little dog in the background. You know. See, I think I'm gonna go back and I might, you know, fiddle around with this here, man. And I might edit it out. And if I do, I'll drop a final copy. Like I always tell you, most of the time I always end up thinking that it's okay. But this here, I feel that I'm gonna have to, yeah, I'm gonna have to end up going back over it. But let me know, man. Like, hit the like button with a left hook and a jab, and comment below. Let me know what you really think, man. I'm open for constructive criticism. Be honest with me. If you don't like it and you think it's shit, tell me, because I really will fix it, man. I really, I appreciate it if you guys be honest with me, man. And because I'm gonna be honest, I appreciate what you guys have told me and complimented me on. The ones that you have told me that were great. So how could I get upset if you tell me I need to work on one? Think about it. So yeah, let me know, man. Let me know what you think. Comment below. That's the formula. Now the eyes. His eye color. Stop, baby. Hey, baby. I love you too. His eye color. I'm almost done. His eye color is dark brown. I like to be different. I like to stand out. So I threw it at dark hazel. That's just me. I'll give it red eyes or something. But I advise you to pick dark brown. That's just real eye color right here. So don't be like me unless you want to. But body style. Now I went with body type 5. Y'all know what I always tell you. It's up to y'all. But if I'm gonna tell you to choose one, there's 3 that I would choose between. It would be 4, 5, and 7. 7 looks pretty decent too. But I would go. My personal opinion, I would go with 5. Skin tone. Now he was a little tad bit, just a tad bit lighter than this here. But he was a tad bit, he was a little darker than this. A tad bit lighter than this, but a little darker than this. So I went ahead and went with skin tone 10. But that's him, man. And like I said, with the tattoos, for the strip above his top lip, yeah, I use Mythos font 9. Just go around them and go all the way through, fill it in. And let me show you something where it says duplicate on the bottom, where you can hit L3. As you put them across, you can double them to make them darker by clicking that repeatedly. I'd only click it about 3 times and then move across. Click it 3 times and then move across. That's my opinion. Now with the head, I used regular shapes 1, and I just went around and went around and filled it in dark, you know what I mean? Just do that all the way around. Try not to get it over the ears. Pay attention. But that's how I done that. But yeah, man, I hope you guys like that, man. And for the clothes, this is interesting. For the clothes, I went with this right here. He had the Everlast old school boxing trunks. They were about this length here, in my opinion. Maybe a tad bit longer. Maybe it came like a tad bit longer. Just a tad, but still above the knees. A tad bit longer, but still above the knees. But I went with these because he had navy blue Everlast, which you could tell where his arms are, like the right and the left, had a stripe on each side going down, white, and the rest is navy blue. But this is the closest to that I could find. So I went ahead and went with the stripe blue. You put $10 on a gift card, man, and it gives you a lot of points. You can unlock almost anything you want. But that's what I used for that. And I went with the old Kimpo gloves, man, because the boxing gloves back in the day had that old brown rustic ashy look, you know what I mean? So I wanted to give it a little something different. And I'm gonna put Joe Louis, Jersey Joe Walcott, and I'm gonna put Rocky Marciano all in those gloves. Every fighter that's in that generation and below, I'm gonna put in these gloves. If it's now Muhammad Ali's generation and Sonny Liston's and up will get normal gloves, but they still get the basic red and black. But from 1950 and down is right here, you know what I mean? Their generation is this right here. So it gives it that old school type vibe. But that's it, man. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, man. Like I said, I'm open for constructive criticism. I myself felt like I did a pretty decent job. Like I said, when I have the time, I'm gonna sit down and go over it. I had to get it out because my homie requested it and he's been waiting patiently. But I do feel like I did a good job on it. I think it looks pretty good. But I'm gonna go back and check and go over it. But like I said, let me know what you think, man. Hit that like button with a left hook, and jab the comment section and plug in what you think. I don't know. I'm kind of lame, but yo, for real. Till next time, man. You know. I love y'all.
I'm gonna dance for you, baby.
Coast boy. You know.